Here we are at Temple Baptist Church in Poplar, Bluff, Missouri for our devotional time. Today we are going to be in the book of Psalms. We're going to be in chapter 37, verse 37. Chapter 37, we're probably going to concentrate more on verse 7 than we do the rest of it, but there's 11 verses, and I will take the time because I think they all have to do with what we're talking about here today. And it starts out with, "Do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the work of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green branches. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your ways to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. He shall bring forth your righteousness as the light, and you're justified as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Do not fret because of him who prospers his way, because of the man who brings wicked schemes to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret, it only causes harm. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall be no more. Indeed, you will look carefully for his place, but it shall be no more. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace." Well, this devotional passage that we have here today, God's people have 8 things they need to do. You look at verse 3, trust in the Lord. That's one. Do good in verse 3. We're to do good. We're to trust in the Lord. Take delight in the Lord, and that may be in the Christian Standard Bible, whatever, but delight yourself also in the Lord in verse 4. In verse 5, commit your ways to the Lord, and then rest in the Lord. Verse 7, again, wait patiently on the Lord, and cease from anger in verse 7. And in verse 8, give up your rage. This is things that we as Christians are to do. This is not just maybe you may think, well, that's a suggestion list, but no, do not fret. Trust in the Lord. Do good. Delight yourself in the Lord. Rest in the Lord. Do not fret. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Do not fret. It only causes harm. You let that stuff bother you. It only causes harm. Fret not is so important that the psalmist repeats it 3 times, don't he? He reads it in verse 1, do not fret. Verse 7, do not fret. And verse 8, do not fret. What else we need? What else do we need in that? It's easy to get this backwards, and it's easy to get things backwards, and we are watching the news. Now, I know I should, but I don't watch the news, and I understand there's some things going on today that are kind of a fine edge thing that we're looking at. You're watching the news, and it seems that almost all the voices that we hear today are telling us that all the things that we should be worried with, worry about this, we ought to be envious of or angry about that. They're going to tell us how to react to things. If we listen to the world, when you listen to God's Word, it'll tell you how to react. Do not fret, trust in the Lord, delight yourself in the Lord, rest in the Lord, do not fret, cease from anger, do not fret. It only causes harm, so it's there. Just tell us that we should worry or should be envious of all of that. Who are you going to listen to? You going to listen to the news media, or are you going to listen to God? So, hear the voice of the Lord this morning and saying to you, fret not. Don't worry about the people who are carrying out these evil schemes. Don't be envious of the wicked. And as far as God is concerned, there are no more significant than the weeds in your garden. He just, don't worry about them. You are far too blessed to be stressed. I heard people say today, well, I'm stressed. Well, I can understand that to some degree, but there's no need to be stressed. We're too blessed. Thank you for joining us today here at Temple Baptist Church. We meet on Sunday mornings. Our first service is at 8 o'clock. Our Sunday school classes begin at 9. We have a service at 10 o'clock, our second service. And Sunday night we meet at 6 o'clock. and Wednesday night at 7. You be welcome to any and all those services, and may God bless you is our prayer.